There's been a lot of talk among the NASCAR community recently regarding shorter NASCAR Cup races. At first, this is going to be a video of me talking about why Cup races shouldn't be shortened, but I definitely see the pros to it as well. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of shorter NASCAR Cup races. So I'm going to start off with the pros. The first pro is that the sense of urgency from the drivers. With a shorter race distance, drivers won't have a whole lot of time to try to make it to the front, which means that you'll see drivers trying to take more risk, making more bold moves, plus crew chiefs making more aggressive pit calls to get their drivers to the front. Overall, the sense of urgency will be high. Shorter races will also cater to today's society. People's attention spans aren't what it used to be, it's just how society is right now. People want things to get to its conclusion much quicker, especially when you look at young people. So instead of these races being 3.5 to 4 hours, having them end right at 2 hours is perfect for a lot of people. You also won't have situations to where the race would get moved to a different channel. The time window for a NASCAR Cup race is already 3 to 3.5 hours, and there's been so many times to where races have gone over that window. As a matter of fact, as we're recording this video, it happened just recently at the Indy Road Course. The race was on big NBC and it got moved to NBCSN because it went longer than expected. Okay, now to the cons of shortening the Cup races. My biggest problem with shorter Cup races is stage cautions. With shorter Cup races means shorter stages, and when you have shorter stages, that means you're less likely to see green flag pit stops, which is a very big deal in auto racing. We're already seeing less green flag pit stops with the current race lengths. Let's say there's a 60 lap stage at Kansas and the field can go like 45 laps on fuel. A caution happens like around lap 13. Everyone is most likely going to come down pit road on the yellow so that they can make it the rest of the stage. That right there eliminates the green flag pit stop for that stage at least. Let's look at the Xfinity and Truck Series that also has stage cautions. Those series have shorter races than the Cup Series, and we rarely see green flag stops in those series. They can usually go to distance on fuel for both stage 1 and stage 2. Then there's the last stage, which is the longest stage of the race, and if one caution happens, that eliminates having to stop on the green. Pit on the yellow, get your fuel and tires, and you good to go for the rest of the race unless a late race caution happens and you want to pit for fresher tires. I'm already not a big fan of stage cautions to begin with, but if NASCAR was to shorten the Cup races and keep stage cautions, that would drive me up a wall. Maybe I'll be on board with shorter Cup races if they were to get rid of stage cautions. The other con to this is, it's the Cup Series, man. The Cup Series has always consist of 3 to 4 hour races. It's a test of endurance for the drivers, week to week. I will say this though, outside of the Crown Jewel races, there should be no 500-mile races. So for example, Texas shouldn't be 500 miles, and same thing for Atlanta. I'll leave Bristol and Martinsville alone though. So there you have it, the pros and cons of shorter Cup races. I lean more towards the side of them not shortening the Cup races, but like I said earlier, I can see the pros to it. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see shorter Cup races in the future? Does it matter to you? Leave a comment and I'll definitely be checking it out. I'm going to go ahead and roll up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.